Hi, I'm Dr. John Candaro, CEO of Neo7 Bioscience, and this is signal-based, and this is a subject titled Flawed Protein Post-COVID Vaccination Mitigation and Recovery on Decision Junction. I just wanted to give a light overview of this particular substack. I wanted to jump some very significant concerns. Is increasing as in literature, in the research literature, is demonstrating in a significant number of analyses in RNA transcription and protein sets, showing altered inherent proteins that impair the healthy function of cell systems and organs. About organs, we're talking about brain, heart, liver, lung, etc. Now, the spike is introduced in not just by the COVID virus, the mRNA vaccine segment. Has significantly caused some alarming reaction. We're seeing that the protein in the body for long periods of time and poses a possible transcription risk into lines, threatening a vast systemic interaction that can potentially cause very serious consequences in end organs. These spike-related effects include inflammation, inflammatory activity, autoimmune reactions, life-threatening vascular and neurovascular damage, which we've seen in the literature, end organ failure. And so long-term health effects and implications of this are growing concern, suggesting that the body to this artificially induced protein is far more problematic than was probably even anticipated, right? So we'll know that several factors that around the movement of the RNA technology and the rush to accelerate this. So for whatever the cause, experiencing a global catastrophic. So the protein programming is not just an effect, like as I mentioned, fundamental problem with the mRNA. The mRNA is relatively young. It's got a lot of shortfalls, and one of them is getting a misprogramming rogue effect in the cellular machinery. And it's been shown to persist in the body for a long period of time, creating more disturbances in translation and transcription in the cellular machinery. But add one more complicating factor of the delivery system of the nanotechnology involved in recent studies that come out with nanobots being what we call self-assembled in the system. Because what happens is the body in the cellular machinery actually propagates signals, and the propagation creates self-assembly. I mean, that happens in normal protein activity too, but the normal protein activity is self-propagated for healthy function versus this disrupted, bad encryption that has occurred. So the broad and destructive effects impact of this whole thing is not just limited to one area of the body. It's actually seen in the virtually every functional protein that can be affected by this in human systems, from cardiovascular complications to neurological function. We're seeing a wide variety of harm being imposed. And the risk of end organ failure and system failure is particularly concerning, as the spike protein's interference with critical body functions can lead to irreversible damage. So now, given these dangers, we need a new approach. And that's why I'm discussing this with you, is the Neo7 Bioscience has really moved very strongly on individualized molecular analysis that looks at every omic pathway. So we have high definition omics. That's the functional, we're looking at the functional genome in high definition, the RNA transcriptome and the excretion proteome, and the HLA immunophenotyping of the individual person to determine what their compatibility and susceptibilities are in these particular issues that we're talking about. And so we do this for active disease, which includes cancer, autoimmune disease, neurodegenerative disease, mystery type chronic illnesses, infection, things like we're talking about here with viral issues, as well as the vaccine-related injury caused by the spike. So what we do is we develop an output engineering specifically to the aberrant targets that we're seeing that have been disrupted by pathological activity and action, like we're discussing in the rogue spike reactions that we're seeing. Anyway, I think that it's important to know that direct programming needs to occur that's specific to the patient, especially in conditions where the pre-fusion spike protein has caused a significant amount of disruption systemically and creating a real threat to irreversible injury. And then modulating immune and inflammatory responses to create a better ability to fine-tune biological interaction and balance, and targeting better cellular repair, and then, of course, being very specific on a level of personalization that's crucial because the unpredictable outcomes of the mRNA vaccine require much more than just trying to medicate something that you can't medicate. It actually has to become as a personal mitigation or clearance. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this title. I'm Dr. John Catanzaro, and we will be producing more of these educational spots for you. So look forward to them and listen in.